Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
Hello, Satsu.
Joining us tonight, your Lord of Puppies and my birthday twin. Say hi, SDA.
Hi, SDA.
Where the fuck did she come from? Sorry.
A vagina like all of us.
I couldn't find my vape.
Couldn't find your tape.
I couldn't find my vape.
Oh, your vape. Oh, so you're less. You don't have your power.
What?
You like now you don't. It's like spinach to Popeye. You don't have your vape. There really isn't as much of an SDA as we could have had otherwise.
That's right.
Yeah, more or less.
She's sluggish. And I, your Lord of Pain, the ranting monkey, the birthday boy. Speaking of which, Terry Diamontis, thank you so much. Ready, Mr. Beaverati? I think is what he said there. And a 1 and a 2. You're the birthday. You're the birthday. You're the birthday boy or girl. Thank you so much for the donation. Yes, it is my birthday. It is also SDA's birthday. She's half my age, you guys.
I am. I'm exactly half your age.
Well, you know what that means. I have to sing to both of you.
Indeed, it does.
At the same damn time?
Well, I'm going to sing one song for the both of them, which hopefully the rendition I've chosen they will both appreciate.
Oh.
Let's see if you can recognize. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, SDA and Monkey. Happy birthday to you.
Dude, that was awesome. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you, Scribe.
That's not Jordan Faithless. That's Kermit. Faithless, go sit in the corner.
Good job, Scribe.
How you guys doing tonight? Scribbles, how are you?
I am fine. I just I had a brownie with my dinner, and in the middle of eating my brownie, I got a call from my healthcare provider wanting me to do a survey. And the lady asking me the questions she had a really southern accent, but I assume because she would talk to people who were probably sometimes hard of hearing, she would enunciate her words in the weirdest way. She'd be like, in the last 12 months, have you visited a healthcare provider? And if so, how would you rate your experience with your healthcare provider? It was bizarre, but it was mildly. It went on a bit too long, but it was mildly entertaining. So that was my day.
You know what you should have did? You should have turned on yours to pull her out of that shit, because I guarantee it would have worked.
But at that point, she probably would have thought I was mocking her, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not that kind of jerk. Sorry.
Thank you, Attack Alpaca. Hashtag Thin Mints for Monkey. And I guess deli sandwich with extra mayo for SDA. Happy birthday, you two. Thank you so much. And Diesel Dave, happy birthday, you old fuck. I felt old today, man. It was a rough day, man. I was in pain all day and it fucking sucked. But about 7 o'clock, my body said, all right, we'll let you off. And so I'm like pumped right now. I feel like I could go run track, and then die afterwards.
Yeah.
Chicago Mike, thank you. Happy birthday, Monkey. Good job, Scribe, sounding almost like Marvin the Martian.
The Q-45 space modulator.
And Old Grouchy Gamer, thank you. A little something for the birthday boy. Happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. SDA, how are you doing today? How was your birthday?
I'm good. I got a finished audiobook today.
Nice.
Hey.
Wait a minute. I've never seen a message retracted on a super chat.
That was weird.
Yeah, people can do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They can also be, you can lose them if you're banned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when can people get your audiobook?
I'm not sure yet. The way that it works is I have to listen to it all the way through, and then I have to send it into them for review, and then I have to send it into all the other distributors for review, but that all happens separately. But nobody tells me when it's going live, so essentially I just have to keep you guys updated, and we just have to wait. because the way that it works is I can't pick a day.
Oh wow.
Because it's just like that, yeah, which is fun. But it will be up on Audible first, more than likely. And when that happens, you will be able to get it using an Audible credit. So if you don't have an account, or even if you do, if you make a new one, you can get it for free. So everybody wins, and you can still give me money by not giving me money. So everybody should do that, even if you don't want to listen to the book.
I will.
There you go. Joel, thank you so much. He says, happy birthday, Monkey Butt. I appreciate it. And Miss Slim One says, happy birthday, Monkey. Thank you. Guys, you guys are amazing. I love you. Somebody asked how old I am. I'm 44. 44 today. Damn, I'm old. Satsu, how are you?
Pretty damn good. I got a lot of stuff done today. Editing for my next 2 cooking videos. Cooking for my next 2 cooking videos after that. I've been on a motherfucking roll. Plus, I got my my ninja multi thingy today, and I'm happy.
Oh, sweet, your birthday present.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy about that, man. I was like a kid on Christmas, sitting on the floor, tearing that fucking box open. Well, actually, Squishy opened it for me, but because she was like, "I want to do an unboxing," but she was like, "I only want my pregnant belly in the camera." I'm like, okay, cool. So. That was exciting. Yeah, so I had it's been a good day.
Satsu's mom in chat says, is singing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday. Thank you, sweetheart. I love your mom. She's cool.
My
guys,
mom is so awesome.
If you don't watch Satsu's cooking videos, you should. Lady Monkey, I told you this in private, Satsu. Lady Monkey's addicted to him, man. As soon as they come out, she is there.
I'd like to hear that.
She's like, we got to try this. I'm like, okay, calm down. Over on the Streamlabs, real quick. Where this at? Thank you, Jaeger Pony. Tonight, you're both lords of the birthday monkeys and SDA. Eat, drink, and make merry in that exact order. No substitutions. By make merry, what do you mean? I've always wondered what that is. Is that humping?
It could be.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's the longest introduction we've ever had on the show.
Indeed.
Sanguine, thank you so much. You got to get this up again. Anyone else think that Candace and the voice of the health survey lady was like Kermit trying to do an impression of the Joker? Happy birthday, you too. The cadence, not Candace, sorry. The cadence and the voice of the healthcare survey lady.
Oh, well, no, I probably didn't even do it justice, but anyway, yeah, I tried my best.
Well, from the sound of it, I don't think you could.
Mm-hmm.
Before with that, is there anything else besides the intro that we need to do before we get into news? Good.
Nope.
We didn't have a game stream last night, guys, and that's all on me because I was not good. But we're having one tonight. We'll be over on 2 Cents Plus playing the not expansion packs. What are they called now? DLC.
The DLC, son.
The DLC for Borderlands. So come check that out when we're done here. But with that,
it's not all on you, Monkey, because I was out at the Bonefish Grill with my mom and my dad last night, and that place is fucking amazing. Just thought I'd put that out there.
Yeah,
we are not sponsored by the Bonefish Grill.
We are not, but goddamn, I would love to be.
That sounds dirty. The Bonefish Grill.
Right.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, guys, and don't forget to share our stuff, especially the creators here who actually make videos, not me, because they're awesome and they deserve to be out there and known.
She thinks.
With that, Scribbles, do we have any of the news?
I don't know. Is Elizabeth Warren news?
Nope.
Oh, this bitch, man. Oh, my God.
So I saw this morning. I'm no economist. I'll read it. We can discuss. And she's having a town hall meeting, I guess, live right now or in the last hour or so on CNN. But either way, Elizabeth Warren releases sweeping student debt cancellation and free college plan. So she's going full Sanders on this one. Senator Elizabeth Warren on Monday proposed eliminating the student loan debts of tens of millions of Americans and making all public colleges tuition-free, staking out an ambitious stance on one of the central policy debates of the 2020 Democratic primary. Student debt and college affordability have become a key dividing line in the Democratic race between more progressive candidates who favor sweeping new tuition and student loan benefits and others who support more incremental adjustments to the way Americans pay for education. Warren's new plan would forgive $50,000 in student loans for Americans in households earning less than $100,000 a year, according to analysis provided by her campaign. That would provide immediate relief to more than 95% of the 45 million Americans with student debt. The Massachusetts Democrats and 2020 contender is also calling for a drastic increase in federal spending on higher education that would make tuition and fees free for all students at 2- and 4-year public colleges and expand grants for lower income and minority students to cover costs like housing, food, books, and childcare. The campaign estimates that the plan would cost $1.25 trillion with a T dollars over 10 years. Now here's the bit. The revenue from Warren's wealth tax proposal, a 2% tax on wealth above $50 million and a 3% tax on wealth above $1 billion, would pay for her newest proposal, her campaign said. According to details shared by her campaign, the massive debt cancellation and free college plan additionally asks states to chip in to cover the cost of tuition and fees. Warren has also said her universal child care proposal would be paid for by her wealth tax. So there's the gist.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you. The Blind and the Special says, happy birthday, Monkey. Check your DMs. I did, and that is cute as hell. I only made it to the part where he's like, no, I'm not singing. Blind Press was going to sing to me on her stream, and her child is arguing because I'm just a monkey.
Oh,
I didn't get to any actual singing, but sorry, I can't watch videos and do the show at the same time, but I will definitely check that out as soon as we're done. Miss Warren.
That's Mrs. Warren to you.
Sorry, Chief Warren.
Oh.
The problem here is not the debt. The problem here is people are going into debt to go study shit that's not going to help them in their careers at all. And this shit started in the 80s where they started telling everybody, you have to go to college. So they made college a necessity. And in doing so, they made it big business. But most people, in order to go, have to take out huge fucking loans. That's the problem. Throwing all this money at it's not going to fix it, you fucking twit. We're talking a quarter of our fucking national budget every year right now. And you think a 3% tax on people with over $1 billion is going to pay for that? Are you out of your fucking mind? Let me help you out here. We're talking billions versus trillion, you stupid twat. Now, something needs to be done, and part of it could be going after the people with the predatory loan practices that they push on these fucking kids. But yeah, just throwing a whole man. She was all over Twitter today, all over fucking Twitter, and I tried my best to not bang on it over and over and over again, because how many times can you say the same thing to a moron? But then she went on CNN. Did you see any of the CNN town halls tonight?
Only bits and pieces.
Well, CNN themselves just happened to put out a clip from Warren's part of the town hall, where a young lady got up and asked her, how are you going to take care of the education debt problems? You know, a deep, hard-hitting question that just happened to go along with everything she's been talking about all goddamn day. Oh, man, I was hot. I was hot watching that shit. I'm like, this is not a fucking town hall. Sorry. This shit annoys me. It annoys me.
There's you're talking about predatory loan practices and things like that. There's a really, really great documentary Frontline from PBS from a few years ago called College Inc. And it talks about the online colleges and other kind of sort of franchise schools, and what a absolute trap those things can be for people if they don't do their research and think they're going to get easy solutions to things. And also the fact that if they don't get the education they think they were supposed to get, the debt that they've taken out on it isn't going to be refunded by anybody. So that sort of subcategory of the problem with government subsidized school that can be, I mean, you think about doctors who take advantage of Medicare and things like that. If every college tuition thing is going to be free, as paid for by the government, state or otherwise, you got to be really wary of the quality of the education you're getting. So anybody that wants to have a little bit of background on what else could be involved as a consequence of this plan of hers, go look at College Inc. over on Frontline. It's a really, really interesting documentary.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Cryptic. Oh, happy P Bud Day Monkey. Sign the Asian. Cryptic, thank you. Wow, thank you so much. You guys are so generous, and I love you so much. Look, yeah, there is a problem, and there's several problems. One, if you look at things like college administrators and how many they have versus, because if you watch Elizabeth Warren's little ad she did on Twitter today, where she's talking about how much college was when she went versus what it is today, you have to look at how colleges themselves have changed. The number of administrators in a college have just fucking swelled. I mean, you don't have to, I mean, it's not like they're paying teachers that much more. They just have so much more administration. And a lot of that is government. You have to have, your Title IX office, you got to have that nice and staffed.
Oh, yeah.
Your diversity office, you have to have.
Oh, God.
Yeah, all of this shit that has nothing to do with teaching these kids. And so, yeah, and then you have the government who gives them, oh, you need a loan? Here you go. Go to college. It's good for you. And then they'll take out more than they need. I can't tell you how many college kids I've seen who get their loan checks. And yeah, they pay for their school, but then they go out and like buy a brand new computer because the one they have, is from last year. Like, you fucking kids. Do you realize how much you're paying for that? Anyhow, she drives me nuts. And right now, look, she is on she's on her last leg basically, and this is her Hail Mary because nobody cares about her anymore. They've all moved on. Most of them have moved on to Harris. That's where it looks like the press is really putting their money.
Yeah, until Biden comes in.
Yep, but Warren is like so last year. Cryptic, thank you so much. I was trying to make you sound racist. I know you were, sir, but I am not racist. You confused me with Sinatra. Citron, thank you so much for the donation with no message. I appreciate it. Thank you. And over on Streamlabs, Sanguine, thank you. If you want to fix college debt issues, step one, get rid of the useless majors or make it so that they can only be done as a dual major with a useful major. Step two, stop pushing college for everyone and go for college if needed. Step three, trim college fat. I have no disagreement with anything you said there.
I mean, you can't just like dictate what people's majors are, though. Or like what majors are even useful.
I think you could definitely say, look, when you go to get a loan from a bank after you're out of college, you have to prove that you can pay it back. And I don't think that if you're going to get a loan for a college saying, look, I'm going for underwater basket weaving, it would be wrong to, I'm not going to sponsor that loan.
Well, yeah, but that's not a major. I mean, I'm just saying, like, because he just, I mean, if I heard that correctly, just said that to fix college, you get rid of useless majors.
No.
And I mean, that's completely down to perspective. It's also down to what you do with it.
No, what you don't get rid of quote unquote useless majors. You only make free the hard sciences. That'll encourage people to go for those things so that we get more scientists, more mathematicians, more engineers, etc. Make that an attractive alternative to people going for like gender studies or even English degrees. I swear to God, English degrees are useless. Absolutely useless. Even if
And
you're
you
going to
would
become a
know.
teacher, I would know it's useless.
Terry Diamandis, thank you so much. Lesbian dance study counts as useful, right? Depends on who you are, I guess.
Lesbian dance study, that's called Pornhub videos.
And like, yeah, if you want to do this dumb shit, you got to pay for it.
That's right. That's right.
We'll fund something, lucrative.
Yeah. Anyway, on to more depressing news, because we didn't really talk about it because it happened yesterday and we weren't here.
Right.
Sri Lanka fears international terror link to Easter Sunday atrocities.
I'm not surprised by that. Not with what I've heard.
Those poor Easter celebrators.
Easter celebrators.
God. We'll talk about that at fuck-a-tree time. Holy shit. The Sri Lankan government admitted that it failed to act on multiple warnings before a coordinated series of attacks ripped through churches and hotels on Easter Sunday, adding that an international terror group might be to blame. That sounds familiar to pre-9/11. A government spokesman, Rajita Senatrine, I'm probably fucking that up, revealed that warnings were received in the days before the attacks, which killed 290 people and injured at least 500 more, including from foreign intelligence services. He said one of the warnings referred to National Tawhid Jamaat, or NTJ, a little-known local Islamist group that has previously defaced Buddhist statues. But the spokesman, who is also a health minister, said he did not believe a local group could have acted alone. Quote, there must be a wider international network behind it, he said. A U.S. official directly familiar with the initial U.S. intelligence assessment said the group responsible for the attacks was likely inspired by ISIS. No group has yet claimed responsibility. The security situation remained fluid on Monday. Police found 87 detonators in a private terminal of the main bus station in Sri Lanka's capital, Colombo, and a controlled explosion was carried out on a van near St. Anthony's Church, one of 3 churches targeted in the attack. On Sunday evening, an improvised explosive device was defused near the capital's Bandaranaike International Airport. I'm probably fucking that up too. A dusk till dawn curfew was imposed for the second night in a row. Sri Lankan authorities declared a state of emergency from midnight Monday and said Tuesday would be a national day of mourning. Intelligence failures would be investigated, the government said. Quote, we saw the warnings and we saw the details given. We are very, very sorry as a government, we have to say. We have to apologize to the families and the institutions about this incident. Families would be compensated and churches rebuilt, they said. Okay, well. Yeah.
Over on the stream website, excuse me. Citron, thank you so much. Happy birthday, you crippled simian fuck. Also, I've got the only solution for colleges. Cut off all federal funding. Let the schools sink or swim. The feminist lesbian dance therapy theory shit will be out in no time. Something needs done there. And as for this story, man, I've been watching this. This happened as we were on the air the other night with Monkey in the Morning, and I've just been following it ever since, and it's just getting worse and worse. But they arrested people really quick, like they knew exactly who to go after.
Well, I was suspicious about that. I was like, did they know who to go after, or were they just doing a giant net to grab anybody who was suspicious just to make it look like they were doing something?
Well, yeah, and I had that same thought, except for when they went to the one place, they blew it up and two police officers were killed.
Okay.
So it's like, they might be on the right track here. But everything I've heard about the group that they think did this, they're a tiny little operation.
Mm-hmm.
And everything they've done up to this point has been like vandalism. And the only thing that made sense to me, and again, guys, this is just my theory, and it's kind of backed up by what's said there, but that's only a theory too, is that somebody outside is helping them. And this is why I say that. The warning that they got didn't come internally. So you have this really small internal group that usually is, like spray painting shit. And suddenly there's an international warning about them doing this. That just says to me somebody out there was helping them, fueling them. And dear God, I hope if that is what's going on, that they're found quickly.
Oh, Oh no.
What's
Amy
up?
Amy Klobuchar had a Jeb Bush moment.
She did. I was watching.
Klobuchar pauses for CNN town hall audience. Quote, "That's when you guys are supposed to cheer, okay?"
And then they did. Unlike the Bush one, which was just so sad. I actually have that on my timeline.
That's amazing.
She's like, God damn it, we rehearsed this like 5 times.
She did, yeah. She's like, this is when you're supposed to cheer. And they were, oh.
I'm going to start, and just like with the Jeb Bush clip, I'm going to end up having to use that in some of my videos in the future when the audience doesn't clap when the person talking expects them to.
The great, I mean, she didn't look as sad as Bush did. Because Jeb, man, he just looks so down.
He was so sad.
She still has like a smile on her face. But again, you don't, if you have to tell your audience when to cheer, you fucked up.
Just drop out. Drop out of the race right there. If you so lack in any kind of personality or charisma that the audience isn't actually along with you for what you're talking about, you're not much of a leader. I mean, you might be a leader behind closed doors and everything, but insofar as getting people excited, no. Sorry.
Yeah, I happened to be watching at that time and like, oh my God, she's already bad enough. There's no way she's gonna win the nomination. Which is I was wondering why the fuck she was even on this. This is a 5-hour CNN Democrat promotion, and they have Harris on there, they have Warren's on there. Why the fuck would you have Klobuchar?
Was Klobuchar the one with the whole like eating her salad with a comb?
Yes.
That was her, yeah. And like berating her staffers and all that.
Yes, treating her staff like shit. Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on because we only have a few minutes here. Let's see. Well, which one do you want, Monkey? You want Trump or you want LGBT barbecue?
I kind of want both. Let's do Trump.
Donald Trump and sons sue to block House Democrats from obtaining his financial records.
Who didn't see that coming?
No, not at all. President Donald Trump is going to court to try to block a democratically controlled congressional committee from obtaining his financial records through a subpoena. The lawsuit is the first case where Trump has sued to try to stymie House Democrats' investigations into the president. Well, okay, I guess they are technically investigations into the president, but has nothing to do with collusion or anything. But the court filing is only the first skirmish in what's likely to be a multi-front war between House Democrats and Trump, the White House, and the president's business. Trump and the Trump Organization filed suit Monday to stop the House Oversight Committee, chaired by Representative Elijah Cummings, from obtaining financial records from Mazars, an accounting firm that Trump used to prepare financial statements. The committee subpoenaed for 10 years' worth of Trump's financial records after the firm requested a so-called friendly subpoena. In Monday's court filing, Trump's lawyers accused House Democrats of being singularly obsessed with trying to find something that they can use to damage the president politically, unquote. Well, that's true of every opposite side of the aisle of every president that has been here since forever. But
president, congressman, yeah.
Yeah. Quote, the president has a long history of trying to use baseless lawsuits to attack his adversaries, but there is simply no valid legal basis to interfere with this duly authorized subpoena from Congress, Cummings said. The White House is engaged in unprecedented stonewalling on all fronts, and they have refused to produce a single document or witness to the Oversight Committee during this entire year, unquote. Trump has claimed that Mueller's report that was released last week exonerated him on both the investigations into collusion and obstruction of justice. But the end of the Mueller investigation has also kicked the Democratic-led investigations in Trump, his administration, and his businesses into high gear, giving Democrats both a roadmap as well as a better sense of what areas are ripe for additional investigation. So there you go there. There's more to it, of course, a bunch of fluff, but that's the gist.
When it comes to his financial records and stuff like that, they're gonna have to give a reason, especially when it comes to his taxes. Like I said, there's a really tiny thing that lets I forget which member of Congress it is, but see anybody's taxes if they want to. But if you're pushing this through the courts, especially if it gets all the way up to the Supreme Court, there's no way they're going to be like, yes, you have one person in the whole country should be allowed to see anybody's taxes for no reason whatsoever. There's no way that gets through. And
Also, that's fucking retarded.
it is, and I'm with the president on this. Look, unless you have a reason to, you don't get to see him.
And it's dumb. Like, who cares? Because here's the thing about this. And I forgot to say something because I've said this on TGOS and I keep forgetting like where I've said it. But like he gets audited every year because he's a rich person, like a very rich person, and they get audited every year.
Oh, yeah, especially if you're a businessman and you take a lot of deductions.
Right. So, like, they already know that and also it's not like he does his own fucking taxes. He's
right.
got a whole bunch of, he pays a whole bunch of, he pays, it's not like he has a guy for that, okay? He has a team of people for that.
Trump is not sitting down filling out a 1040.
Yeah, like, all right, rant over. I'm sorry. It's just stupid. We want to see your tax returns.
Well, Faithless just said it right. They're not seeking any wrongdoing, just a means to embarrass. And you're not wrong there. I mean, let's see this rich guy's taxes. Again, if you have a reason, if you have some, there's a witness who says we've seen this and he's doing it wrong, he's cheating. Okay, maybe then. But we want to see them because he won't release them. And no.
Well, if there was a reason to see his tax returns, then there would have already been some sort of criminal proceeding or some sort of audit, and they would have said something's wrong, and then they would have had to fix it. Like there would already be something on the record of something being wrong.
$25,000 a year in hairspray. Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. Like there would already be something like out there. It's so stupid. And also, he has every reason to do them correctly. Like at that like level of making money, you don't want something wrong, okay? Because that's just way more paperwork than it's worth.
Only
I
if you
don't
get
think
caught.
they actually care, to be honest. Like, they're just reaching because they're like, at this point, we just need something to keep talking about. Because if we stop talking about him, or if we stop trying to find reasons to, keep his fucking dick in our mouths, then something's gonna go wrong because we don't have anything else to talk about. Like that's it. This is the only thing we have. We've been fucking basing our entire base on talking about nothing but this. So what else is there to talk about?
I just thought of something hilarious.
Maybe some policies.
I just thought of something hilarious.
Although then when you talk about policies, and let's murder babies. So,
sweetie,
what?
Sweetie, let's Scribbles talk for a second.
Sorry.
Wouldn't the greatest troll be is if he dropped 10 years worth of his tax documents the day of the first Democratic primary?
Oh, that would be awesome.
It's like, which would take the bigger headlines away from them all.
Oh, dude.
Or if he does this, if he releases 1 year's worth of returns every week, starting when the primaries begin.
Oh my god.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Sanguine. Again, the billionaire turned politician isn't a worry. The career politician turned millionaire billionaire. That's who we should worry. Who should worry us. That's actually a really good point. I do think it's funny how many people like Trump is just trying to help his business. Like he's a fucking billionaire. You think he got into government to make a couple $100,000 off of some business? He's a fucking billionaire already. He's given up his fucking salary, but yeah, he got into this just to make money for himself. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
I'm sorry, Scribe.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm used to it now.
I feel like that was my birthday present from her to me.
Really? Oh, she's a cheapskate.
Oh my god! Don't make me laugh. I hurt.
Oh well, that's going to be hard to do then.
Oh man.
Oh, by the way, SGA.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the book.
Oh, thanks.
You should just show that all over the place. Everybody listening, since this is Monkey's Night doing this, if you want to get SDA a birthday gift, go buy her book.
Yeah, I wrote a book.
Do you have the
Yay.
link, sweetie?
Yeah, sorry. Fuck, shit.
Put that in chat.
Fuck shit.
Fuck shit.
Fuck shit.
Fuck shit. That
All right.
sounds disgusting. Guys, that wraps up the news, but it brings us to MSS News. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up on the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because Scribe's going to get interrupted like a motherfucker tonight.
That is the link to both books, because if you haven't read the first book, the second book's going to be very confusing. But there are two of them now. Sorry, they're really shiny. But there are two of them. Yeah, and that's where you can go find them, and you can also get signed copies with my name scribbled in them. So
scribbled.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yippee.
All right. Well, we have the old school gang here, so might as well start off with an old school reporter of ours, senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent, Colleen Bernier. If it'll come up, maid of honor forced to clean up 99 dead goldfish after bride's idea goes horribly wrong.
Dear fuck, what?
That is a string. You know, there's this. When I was in college, I had to take this linguistics class as a prerequisite for something, and they played this video in talking about a bunch of things about linguistics, but specifically there was this part in there where they interviewed George Carlin, and he talked about the wonderful nature of language, and he said, "I can say something right now that has never been uttered by a human being in history before this moment, simply by putting together a few words in a random fashion." And that's something that is amazing to me. And when I read that headline just now, I thought, I don't think that string of words has ever been put together before this moment.
Right.
Anyway, the maid of honor is an important role at any wedding, and the chosen friend is responsible for helping to organize the day, keeping the bride calm, and making sure everything runs smoothly. Is that really what the maid of honor is supposed to do? I thought that was the wedding planner. Maybe that's more traditional.
The weddings I've been involved in as the best man, that was my fucking job.
But one woman was given a very unusual task at her friend's wedding, and it saw her cleaning up a lot of dead goldfish. The bride loves animals, especially fish. I've been told that fish aren't actually animals, but that's another thing. And is an on and off again vegetarian, PETA supporter, etc. Okay. So for her special day, she decided she wanted bowls filled with live goldfish as her centerpieces. Okay. And that wasn't all. She also decided the fish could double up as wedding favors, and each guest would be given one at the end of the night. Weird, but okay so far.
Hold on. She's an animal lover.
Yeah.
But she sent a bunch of animals to die.
Well, we don't know how she was intending to give them away as gifts, like live fish.
Yeah, and what happens to 98% of every goldfish that has ever entered any house?
Okay. Her maid of honor was very worried about the welfare of the fish and was also concerned that not all of the guests would want to adopt a pet at the end of the wedding. She voiced her thoughts to the bride-to-be, but the bride didn't see the problem. In her mind, the only potential issue was that the fish might not survive the whole ceremony and meal, so she asked her maid of honor to be, quote, on floater duty, unquote. Writing on Reddit, she claims the bride told her, quote, well, that can be your job during the reception. Just keep an eye out for dead ones and replace them before anyone notices.
What? Okay. I'm not buying this animal lover story.
Hold on. Quote, they're called feeder fish for a reason. They don't live long. Everyone knows that. We'll buy them that morning. They only need to survive through the reception, unquote. So during the day, the dedicated maid of honor spent her free time, and there wasn't much of it, keeping an eye on the centerpieces, all 40 of them. Unfortunately, as predicted, some of the fish didn't survive the whole day, and she had to replace many of the fish. And that wasn't the end of it, okay? Unsurprisingly, many of the guests didn't really want to take a fish home, and the maid of honor was left with 80 goldfish at the end of the night. She wrote, quote, isn't it strange how not a single guest was willing to take home some goldfish? It couldn't have helped that the bride didn't think to provide containers for them.
Well,
what the fuck did she think I was going to take them home in?
So will the bride and groom be adopting these 80 goldfish plus 10 spares still in the back swimming around in the giant bag from the pet store? Alas, they can't. They headed off on their honeymoon. Such a shame. Gotta go now. Bye. With that, they were gone. Now I was literally the only person from the wedding left in the building. The host still needed their globes back. I don't know what that. Oh, the fish bowls, I assume. That night, I strolled into a big box pet store in my big floofy red satin floor-length gown, heels clacking on the tiles, and purchased a big-ass rectangular tank, a filter, and some fish flakes. A few of them were dead by the time I got home, then more the next morning. More again in the afternoon and the evening and the next morning. By the third day, we were down to 5, and we lost one a day after that until there was only one left. And that one, 5 years. I named it Son. It lingered far longer than my friendships with the bride and far, far longer than her marriage.
Holy shit.
That is some fucking shade right there.
Okay, real quick. Frosted Glass, thank you. She had to do the same with the in-laws. You know, as somebody who used to work in pets at Walmart, that many goldfish, you need a giant tank with a lot of fucking air in it.
Yeah.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Sanguine. Satsu's phrasing there make the wedding sound like the goldfish version. Birkenau?
Oh, the death camp.
Oh well, it kind of was.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm probably mispronouncing. Birkenau was like sort of like Auschwitz.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's what they did to the fish, basically. Yeah. They sent them all to die.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. And I don't know, I just can't see an animal lover because they're supposed to die anyway. What the fuck ever? Like, if they're feeder fish, then other fish could have ate them. You silly broad.
This one comes from Frosted Glass. And it's the Mary Sue.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo bans trans flag from Smash Brothers stage builder, calling it a political statement.
It is.
That's beside the point. That's it. Nintendo's latest update of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate includes a stage builder, allowing players to build and share their own creations. This got a lot of attention last week because, as should have been expected, a ton of players were quick to put as many dicks into the game as possible. The one I saw was like an anime girl bent over with her skirt up.
I'm shocked.
It wasn't just phalluses that the game's moderators had to watch out for. Some attention-starved nitwits created swastikas, 9/11 themed images, and other creations ranging from poor taste to totally vile. But in addition to lewd and hateful content, mods also reportedly deleted a stage featuring a transgender flag. Twitter user Warm Saflina says that she was told her content was taken down and her account temporarily suspended because the flag was seen as a, quote, political statement. First of all, and this is the author talking of the article, as Warm Saflina points out in another tweet, the words political or politics do not appear in Nintendo's code of conduct. They forbid, quote, engaging in or promoting any discriminatory, defamatory, hateful, obscene, physically dangerous, or otherwise illegal, fraudulent, or objectionable conduct in connection with the service. Political content is not listed as a potential reason for removal and suspension. Okay. But beyond that, it's incredibly disappointing that Nintendo joins the ranks of so many others who still see transgender rights and even the public existence of trans people as inherently political.
You know who else? You know who else does that? Trans people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, swastikas. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, it's a political statement. But anyway. Moving on.
I think they should just leave the dicks in.
Yeah, and the anime girls. This one comes from Quinn Harrison. Flyers remove Kate Smith statue outside stadium. Who's Kate
I read
Smith?
about this, yeah.
Right, okay. The Philadelphia Flyers have officially removed the statue of Kate Smith from its location outside their arena and will no longer play Smith's rendition of God Bless America at games, the team announced in a statement on Sunday. This follows the New York Yankees' decision to suspend the use of Smith's rendition of God Bless America during the seventh inning stretch while they investigate an allegation of racism against the late singer. How long has she been dead?
Wow.
The New York Daily News reported Thursday there are conflicting claims about Smith's 1939 song, quote, "That's Why Darkies Were Born," unquote. Jesus. Why is there a conflict? Why is there a conflict about whether? Okay, the song originated in the 1931 Broadway revue George White's Scandals and was considered satire, but it includes racist language. It was recorded by Smith and also by Paul Robeson, who was black. The Flyers released the following statement on Sunday, quote, "The Flyers have enjoyed a long and popular relationship with God Bless America, as performed by the late Kate Smith, a woman who was awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor for her patriotic contributions to our nation. But in recent days, we learned that several of the songs Kate Smith performed in the 1930s include lyrics and sentiments that are incompatible with the values of our organization and evoke painful and unacceptable themes," unquote. But if it was satire co-written by a black, okay. The Flyers quoted team president Paul Holmgren as saying, quote, "The NHL principle, hockey is for everyone, is at the heart of everything the Flyers stand for." Oh, grow up, guys, for fuck's sake. Jesus. "As a result, we cannot stand idle while material from another era gets in the way of who we are today."
Who was the black dude who
Paul Robeson. Yeah, he's getting in the way of who we are today.
So is any images or any recognition for him being removed too? Because he was perpetuating that shit fucking God knows how long ago.
This reminds me of the whole John Wayne thing. He gave an interview to Playboy 50 years ago or something, so suddenly you got to rename his airport.
Right.
It's like, guys, grow up. Anyway,
It's
moving on.
asinine is what it is. Oh, well.
Let's see. This one comes from Chicago Mike. Excuse me. Social Security won't be able to pay full benefits by 2035.
Shocking.
2035. Let's see. That's 20. No, it's not even 20 years from now. It's 14, 16. Okay, so no, I won't have qualified by then. If Congress doesn't act soon, tens of millions of Americans will only receive about 3/4 of their Social Security benefits when they retire. That's right, kids. Save now. Start putting money away now.
Why would you even rely on Social Security anyway? Like, even if you knew you were going to get it.
Well, there hasn't been an ability to rely on Social Security for decades. So yeah, always supplement, save, invest. There's never a bad time to start putting money away somewhere into even if it's just a CD, just start putting money away. Social Security's trust funds will be tapped out by 2035, according to an annual report released Monday by trustees of the government's two largest entitlement programs, the other being Medicare. That's 1 year later than last year's report projected. The new projection doesn't mean retirees will no longer get checks in 16 years, but the program will at that point only have enough revenue coming in to pay 3/4 of promised benefits through the end of 2093. The trustees urged lawmakers to act quickly to assure Americans they'll be able to get their full retirement benefits. Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe forget the whole college thing and fund that with your wealth tax. I don't know. Let's see, quote, "Lawmakers have a broad continuum of policy options that would close or reduce the long-term financing shortfall of both programs," wrote Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, along with 3 other trustees, including Alex Azar, Secretary of Health and Human Services, in their report to Congress. But lawmakers have long punted on addressing Social Security problems, which would likely entail raising payroll taxes, curtailing benefits, or some combination of both. Yeah, because lawmakers don't have to worry about that because they got their pensions locked up as long as they're in office long enough. So they don't care. Anyway, so yeah, like I say, guys, save, invest. get a 401k or whatever. This one comes from Jedi Ghost Bear. Woman who complained about Blue Lives Matter flag gets $100,000.
Eh?
I don't know. An African American I guess an African American employee who claimed she was subject to stress and racial harassment after she
that might be a requirement.
What?
Well, I was going to try to get $100,000. I could use the money.
You're not black enough, SDA.
I know. That's why I was all excited and then unexcited.
You are rude enough, but not black enough.
Continue, Scribe.
What? Huh? Was subject to stress and racial harassment after she complained about a coworker's Blue Lives Matter flag, and after she put up an equity wall. Equity wall?
The fuck is an equity wall?
Sorry. I don't know. Has settled her lawsuit with an Oregon county, her attorney said Friday. As part of the $100,000 agreement, Karima Guyon Pledger, I'm probably fucking that up, resigned from her job with the Multnomah County Department of Community Justice. Guyon Pledger, who was a corrections technician until Friday, can reapply for other positions. Okay. In a lawsuit filed in January 2019, so just a few months ago, Pledger says she and other black coworkers initially complained when a probation officer hung a Blue Lives Matter flag in the workplace in 2017. Pledger, who had been with the county since 2011, maintains that the Blue Lives Matter flag, quote unquote, co-opts the Black Lives Matter movement's slogan and, quote, repurposes it to shift focus to law enforcement, a chosen profession, not a racial identity, and thus denigrates, dilutes, and demeans the purpose of the Black Lives Matter movement, unquote. And for that, you get $100,000.
How convenient.
Pledger complained to supervisors in late 2017 and early 2018 and voiced her objections about the flag with the Multnomah County Chief Operating Officer in April 2018. In July 2018, Pledger established an equity wall in the workplace. The equity wall also included photographs of people of color killed by police in the United States and photos of immigrant children separated from their parents at the border due to the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy. A coworker complained the day after the wall was decorated, and management issued a directive that all personal photographs be no larger than 5 by 7 inches. The same day management's directive was issued, Pledger found sticky notes on her equity wall that said, "Thanks a lot," and "bitch," the suit said.
Hey, Satsu, I have a business proposal for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you do this, and here's the thing, all right? Because I don't need $100,000. You do this, and you get 85 grand, and I get 15.
Monkey got some super chitchiness.
Yeah, I was actually trying to interrupt SDA. I'm like, why the fuck isn't she listening to me? I was muted. Frosted Glass, thank you so much. How Darkies were born? Satsu's birthday was last week. And Chicago Mike, it's so unlike SDA to interrupt Scribe. I know it's out of character.
I'm trying to behave, okay?
Numbers sound good to me.
Let's see. Okay, this one comes from Jack the motherfucking Cockring. If it'll come up here. Bill de Blasio says Green New Deal will ban inefficient steel and glass skyscrapers.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you going to make them out of sticks? I mean, the big bad wolf's going to come along, dude. Okay, if the Big Apple is to become the Green Apple, it will have to ban the steel and glass towers that form its signature skyline, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio.
So
all of them?
Hold on. Are we just going to tear down New York?
Are you drunk?
They might be.
No, I'm asking you. De Blasio, speaking on MSNBC's Morning Joe, said that the city's most iconic structures, the tall skyscrapers seen from miles away, are the, quote, biggest source of emissions, unquote, in New York City. The drastic change and a switch to only renewable energy within 5 years are necessary for Gotham to embrace the Green New Deal, de Blasio said. Quote, we are putting strong mandates to lower emissions, he said, warning property owners will face massive fines unless buildings are retrofitted.
Okay, wait, hold on. You can't just like retrofit a building to not have glass and what?
Quote, we're going to ban the classic glass and steel skyscrapers, which are incredibly inefficient. If someone wants to build one of those things, okay, they can take a whole lot of steps to make it energy efficient, but we're not going to allow what we used to see in the past.
What the fuck are you gonna build?
I'm so confused.
Paper.
We're gonna build them out of leaves.
And then, or you can like retrofit it. You can retrofit the glass and steel out of the. Ma'am, I have some questions.
We're gonna build it out of bartenders.
Well played.
Well, you have questions, but I guarantee they don't have answers.
Well, I'm just very confused because, like, how do you go back to all of the fucking skyscrapers in New York and then you're like, all right, Bill, what's on the docket today? Okay, we have to get all of this steel and all of the fucking glass out of the skyscrapers in New York City. You
know what they should do? They should contract it out to Muslims.
Or they should fortify it with male fragility. That'll do it.
Too soon?
All right. I think I'm going to have to take a break from talking for a couple minutes.
Damn, yeah, it's almost 10 anyway. So, guys, thank you so much for the submissions. And sorry if we didn't get to your stories. You guys just send us so many, and it's a wonderful problem to have, but we always feel bad we can't get to everything. So thank you. Thank you so much. That brings us on to the YouTube's time, which traditionally we go with Satsu first, but the original first was SDA, and she's here. So, SDA, what have you done recently?
So, yeah, like I said, in case you guys, but I published a book. It's a sequel to this book. So both of them are out now. I'm putting a link in chat. And today I actually got the final production in for me to review for the audiobook for this book. And so I'm going to start listening to it. I have a couple other people start listening to it. And then we have to, once we approve it, then we submit it for review, and then we just kind of wait for them to say that it's live, because those are the joys of indie publishing. But the good news is that if you guys have been waiting for the audiobook for Livescraft, and once you finish Livescraft, don't worry, you will want the second book. You don't have to wait, because we are starting production on the second audiobook like right now. So that's the good news.
Yay.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And I will actually have the audiobook trailer with the cover reveal, because the cover for the audiobooks are going to be different than these covers, because these covers, they don't look quite right on the square things. So they're going to be a bit different. So you're going to get this cover reveal either tomorrow or Wednesday probably. And then you're going to get this one for the audiobook a little bit later, closer to when it's actually coming out. But yeah, so that's all exciting stuff.
Cool.
And the narrator is really good. She's incredible, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that's what's going on with me.
All righty. And Satsu, what you been up to, man?
Not a motherfucking thing.
You lie.
Well, I uploaded my video, one of the videos in the two-parter video that I did, where I made a couple nights ago. We had mac and cheese, ribs, and baked beans for dinner, and I had to separate the mac and cheese and the ribs and do those videos separate, because they are two separate items, and they have their own special attention. Tonight I made fried chicken, collard greens, and what else? Oh, and we ate some of the macaroni and cheese that we still had left over with that, and I'll be working on that. We recorded the unboxing of the new Ninja thing, and I'm going to do more of an official kind of, here's what's all in the box. This is how everything works, and messing around with it, kind of vlog-ish video with that. And I'm going to start jotting down some of the stuff that I plan on making with it. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions of things you want to see me cooking this thing, because I'm about to be using it like every day if I can, let me know, because it's about to go down. I'm having a lot of fun doing this stuff. If you guys hadn't,
Your cooking videos are so good. I love them.
I'm glad, because I'm having fun. Like at this point, even if they weren't getting views, because my channel's growing pretty well, actually, I'd still be pumping these videos out.
They're so good. I love them. If you haven't seen them, you guys should watch them. I haven't had a ton of time to watch them, but when I do, I watch them and they're good. And I like that you have 2 versions of them.
Yeah, like a shorter and a longer version.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I like that you do that, because it's really good. Like depending on what you need and like what your skill level is, and it's dope. I like it.
Yeah. Now some of the later ones I wasn't able to do that on because the video itself was so short that I'm just like, well, I mean, any shorter than this.
Yeah, but it's really cool, and I really like the editing style. Like it's all just really good. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, you guys should watch it.
Thank you. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. And it's been fun. Me and Monkey are going to be streaming tonight, though. Sorry we didn't stream yesterday, but there was a lot going on. But yeah, we'll be playing Borderlands tonight, so come and hang out with us over on 2 Cents Plus.
Alrighty, I did a Monkey in the Morning, my birthday stream. I love my birthday. I really do. I like that I was born, y'all, and I love me a lot. So.
Sorry.
Sorry. Jinx. Oh my God.
Jinx loves me too.
That was one hell of a rejection. He was like, "Oh no, you do."
No, he was singing "Happy Birthday." What are you talking about?
Nah, he heard you. He was like, what?
"Oh no, man, Jinx loves me." Scribbles, what you been up to?
I watched a lot of stuff on social justice education today. Oh God, I was just sort of like, I haven't done a curriculum of fear in a while. I wonder if there's anything out there. And all I could find were these like hour-long lectures and things. And I listened to them anyway as I was working, just to sort of find something. I did find something weird though. Uh-oh. So I'm not sure if I'll do a video on it yet. And of course I say that is usually an indication I might. I'm usually hesitant to do videos on pieces that are more than like maybe a week or 2 old, because it seems like it's out of date, that kind of thing. But there was a news report out of Santa Barbara where a bunch of parents complained about some kind of like testing or curriculum thing in one of the public schools that was sponsored by a nonprofit. And this nonprofit put out this little thing to teach kids about inequity, and talked about how these groups are privileged and these groups are not. And it is what you'd expect. And this nonprofit is called Just Communities. And they've been around for many, many years. And I found like this profile video from like 2009. And it's like, how can I put this? It's sort of like social justice kids style, trying to introduce these things into the schools. And it feels awfully indoctrination-ish, but it's been going on for years, just around like Santa Barbara, California, apparently. And so I listen to a lot of that stuff, and it's a president or leader. Whether or not I do a video on it, that kind of is just so. It's like, hey kids, if you're the wrong color, you're either a villain or a victim. Just so you know, I hate that shit. I really do. And that apparently is what's been pumped into these schools. And thankfully, parents are going like, don't teach my kid that he's undervalued because of what he looks like, or something like that. So Anyway, that and a bunch of other things. That's what I worked on. And also yesterday, I did the Familiar with the Matter with Corey Suzuki regarding surviving brain cancer. Well, surviving body cancer overall, because Corey had cancer all over his body from age of 3 through 12. And his father, who wasn't a doctor or an author or anything, because of all the notes he took on the course of his son's illness, ended up writing a book about it. And so, it's the conversation's over on my channel. I thought it was really interesting. And again, I'm so glad it was a story about surviving cancer and that Corey's still around with us. So there you go.
All right. Yeah, I didn't get to watch that.
I noticed. I looked for you, Monkey.
I know. I was with the family.
Real quick, sorry, I did miss this on my Streamlabs because all this happened like overnight. But check your Logic. Sorry, oh my God, I can't talk. Check your Logic donated on my Streamlabs and said happy birthday. This is one part of my birthday gift to you. Which book do you recommend I buy first? I'm heading over to Amazon to buy your book. I'll donate to Monkey afterwards too. I hope you enjoy your day. Well, if you haven't read any of them, Livescraft is first in that series, so that one before Yorda. Or if you haven't read Blackwoods, Blades of Redwater is not out until this fall, so Blackwoods is first in that series. So whichever. Blackwoods is a lot shorter than Livescraft, but either way. And Tailed said happy birthday. I hope all goes well with the new book. And Eve said happy birthday to my favorite author and good friend. You're such an amazing person. I'm so proud to know you. Here's to another year of laughs, love stories, and making fun of stupid people on the internet. Love you, girl. And I love you too, Eve. Sorry.
Okay. Terry Diamandis, if it wasn't a story about surviving cancer, it would have been a very one-sided conversation.
Yes, indeed.
God damn you. Thank you, Terry. That moves us on to the fucketry time, guys. And Satsu, have you seen fucketry today?
I have been. Well, you know what? Let me find it. Go to somebody else real quick because I did do something on Facebook. I gotta find it though.
SDA?
I've been working all day.
Scribbles?
Tell me about Easter worshipers.
Oh
my God.
Fuck. Could they have been more obvious with it?
And I only saw this peripherally because I was working as well. But when I started reading all these examples, I was like, okay, it is really odd because I can't remember ever hearing that phrase before, except for like talking about ancient history of people who actually lived on Easter Island or something. Mm-hmm. Like Easter worshipers or Easter observers or something. I'm like, what? Who worships Easter?
Yeah, God. When I first saw it, I was like, that's weird. And then I saw it, I can't remember whose tweet it was. I saw it first. I'm like, okay, Christians is much easier to say.
Easter worshipers.
Almost immediately, I saw somebody jump on him. Like, come on. And then like a whole fucking slew of people, like they got the message. Hey, make sure you call them Easter worshipers and not Christians.
Like, I just don't get it. Is it because I don't know what is it Sri Lankan? From Sri Lanka. We're going with that.
Sri Lankan. Yeah, you're right.
Is it because they're Sri Lankan and they don't know that people from other parts of the world can be Christians? Is that it? Do they not know about this? And so
or is there some aspect to Christianity in Sri Lanka that is very Easter? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just thought it was weird. I didn't know what else to think about it. So it was a very odd way of phrasing things. But then I don't know what they do in Sri Lanka that might be different.
Maybe they're more woke than us, but it was very weird.
Yeah.
Well, Christians are the evil ones right now. They are not permitted to hold them in any light of victimhood at all.
Yeah, I mean, because that was almost 1,000 people affected. And they're like, the Easter worshipers.
Easter.
a very specific sect of Christianity.
Yeah, Easter is kind of very important to Christians. Very, very important to Christians. The rebirth kind of makes the whole story.
Yeah.
It's the cynic in me it goes immediately to what most people I saw on Twitter did. It's like this was an obvious attempt not to call them Christians, because if you do, then you realize Christians are still one of the most persecuted people in the world, the most attacked people in the world, far more than the Muslims are. And we saw such a uproar about Muslims after the shooting in Christchurch, and I saw a lot of comparisons of like Obama's words after each one, Clinton's words after each one, how they showed up in the news after each one, and they had no problem saying Muslims. They didn't say prayers. They didn't say worshipers. It was Muslims. Yep. And yeah, I think I've been on the internet too much. I'm just very cynical on this one.
Well, it was weird, and I don't know. It was just very weird. Easter worshippers.
And the way that so many people did it.
Well, that was what was weird about it. I was like, is there like a memo I didn't get about Easter?
It certainly looked that way.
I was like, did the bunnies get together and make a Sri Lankan cult nobody told us about? Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, the word is Christians, and they just made themselves look like assholes.
I've never seen the term Easter worshiper, like, ever.
Nope.
No, neither have I.
And I'm just like, where the fuck did that come from?
Well, even if they were going to say that, like the Christians who were at their Easter worship, or their Easter service or something, but not one of them mentioned Christian. And I watched a CNN video that they put out on Twitter. It was like 10 minutes long, talking all about this, and they didn't say the word Christian one goddamn time.
Well, even if they had just said something like the people at the, at the Easter services or whatever, or something like that, that would have made a whole lot more sense, because then you're not like making it sound like they're only specifically worshiping Easter.
Yeah.
Because, like,
that
completely implies Christian without like, it sounds completely normal, right? Like, nobody's thinking, well, you're like trying not to say Christian. You're thinking, yeah, those at the Easter services, blah, 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 right?
Well,
whatever.
Even if, people at Easter services, I can take that better than Easter worshipers. That sounds like they're praying to a bunny, and their sacrament is a chocolate egg.
They're praying to Hallmark.
Hallmark is their Bible.
Like, what the fuck?
Scribbles, what you started this, but you've been quite
it's all
quiet.
my fault.
No, I was just wondering if you had more thoughts on it, because we kind of took that over there.
Well, like I say, I don't. If the intention was to avoid saying Christian, I don't understand why. What is the mentality? I mean, if it was, they attacked churches. Okay, if it had been synagogues, they would have not said Jewish or Jew.
Yeah,
if it had been mosques, they wouldn't have refrained from saying Muslim or Islam.
Mm-hmm.
No, they would have said
so. And I'm not a Christian. I don't. I'm not religious. I don't have any more defense for Christians than I do any other religion or anything else. I'm not offended by it. I'm just confused. I don't get why that is something to avoid if that's what they were consciously doing. So, like you said, this phrase Easter worshippers, it seemed like somebody got the memo. This was the talking point for whatever.
Because it's also like one of the most. First of all, it doesn't feel nice coming out of your face. Like
Easter worshippers.
Like it's easy to get tongue-tied saying it. So it's not a natural thing to say in the first place. Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, real quick. I don't want to speculate too much on what somebody's intentions are without some more information. I just find it really bizarre if it is like we can't say Christians or somehow saying that Christians were verboten. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I went with my theory because of the fact that I've heard Christian and Trumpster used as like almost interchangeably. Yeah, like people who are diehard Christians are often people who voted for Trump, or at least that's the consensus.
They've always been Republicans in general, not just Trump, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically, a lot of people treat Christians like, or Republicans, especially like outspoken Republican Christians, almost equivalent to the alt-right. Because they're all hateful creatures who hate gays and shit. You know what I mean?
This is Sri Lankans, for God's sake. What do they have to do with American politics? I know, I'm not saying that to you. I'm just saying in general. If that's the rationale, that's bizarre.
Well, real quick, I got a super chat from Sanguine over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much. Says the only way you are an Easter worshiper is if you are an Oaster of the Dawn cultist.
Yeah, that's right.
I was surprised that there is a large enough cult to a Northumbrian fertility deity in Sri Lanka to sum up the dead, let alone that there would be survivors. This man has so much weird knowledge in his head. Sanguine, I love you.
I know exactly what he's talking about too.
I don't know fuck all about what he just said.
I know exactly what I understand. You know what? That is Sanguine. We should mark down this day in history, and it's easy because it's my 22nd birthday. Today is the day that Sanguine sent in a Streamlabs donation, and I understood 100% of what he said. And that is probably going to be the only time that is ever going to happen.
Up in chat, Midnight Nexus said, it's so they don't have to establish public sympathy for Christians because they are anti-Christian. I agree with the first part of what you said, but so many of them claim to be Christian. Obama does. Hillary does. Pretty much everybody I saw doing this, they claim publicly at least to be Christian. Yeah. So to me, I don't think it's that they're anti-Christian. Is that, again, like I said, I'm sorry to be so cynical, and Scribe, I should be like you and not assign motives, but I can't help myself.
Yeah.
It just seems like, well, if we give them, if we point out how much Christians are murdered around the fucking world, people are going to, care a little bit less about those 49 Muslims that were killed.
Well, I don't know how they're going to end up avoiding it, because if they figure out who did this, and they're suspecting it's ISIS, if it is, then more likely than not, I mean, bombing churches, it's religiously motivated. I don't know how else to tell you, because every time we hear about a church burning in the South, it's racially motivated. When you have an ISIS type a terrorist organization going after churches, it's probably religiously motivated. Are they avoiding saying Christian because they don't want to conjure the Christian Muslim conflict? Is that what they're sort of like sidewise trying to avoid?
Well, hang on. How many articles have you read about this?
Well, I mean, I've only seen it on Twitter, and it's all over Twitter, so I don't know.
I've read probably 20 articles at least since this came out.
Okay.
I have only seen the word Islam in one. I haven't seen Muslim in any. And
well, it's kind of implied when you say ISIS, though.
Well, they've just started adding that, because before that they were saying that this was all internal. They don't think anybody else helped.
Oh, right. Okay.
But the group that did it is Muslim.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as this guy shot up the mosque, is like, all right, it's the Nazis over there on the Twitter machine.
Islamophobia.
Yeah, that was all over the place. But now, shh, don't talk about who did it.
I think it's a by proxy thing. Like, I think it's the showing support for Christians immediately says that they don't show support for gays, they don't show support for Islam, like everything. Because what's going to happen is if they did start pushing articles and showing Christians in a victimhood light, then what's going to happen is there are going to be a bunch of articles coming out like, why should we have sympathy for these people when they did X, Y, and Z? I mean, come on, the fucking Notre Dame just burned down, and the first thing that people started saying is, yeah, but look at the history of the people who did that shit back then. Fuck that place. So it's I think they're just trying to avoid being thrown in that pit because literally anything can get you in there. Like it don't take much. And you don't actually have to show direct support for anything specifically, just by proxy. And then it'll be a chain reaction. You support this, which in turn means you support this, which in turn means you support this, which means you hate gays. And it's like, how did I get here? And, and now you're fucked.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Check Your Logic. Fun fact, out of all the people who made my 2018 a lot better, most of them were born in April. Happy birthday, Monkey.
Yeah.
I'm donating to yours and SDA Streamlabs 22 hours apart. Thank you. Thanks for your humor, and I hope you enjoyed your day. Thank you so much for the donation and for those kind words. I do my best. I'm here for entertainment. Renting monkeys for entertainment purposes only.
So were we done with this one? Because I found the fucketry that I was looking for.
Yes, let me get one more donation over here. Thank you, Sanguine. Nah, Scribe, it was done by Asian men, just like the attacks in Europe. Even if they do say Muslim, they will say it was a reaction to the New Zealand shooting and not just the latest in a trend of Muslims on non-Muslim violence. Yeah, well, it's been it's disturbing. This whole story is fucking weird. And, you know,
yeah, little kids died in this too. I just read a story how like there's this one businessman, he lost 3 of his 4 kids in the thing. It's just, good Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to wait and see what more information they have first. But yeah, that whole thing is just very bizarre.
Yeah, they just found video of or just released video where they have the bomber walking into one of the churches.
Oh, great. Yeah, I saw that they had like those little videos of the bombers before they went off making their little speeches or whatever.
Yeah, walked into the middle of the church and you know what? I don't mind religion, but when it gets violent, it needs to stop.
I agree.
Satsu, what was your fucketry?
All right. So these posts have been very popular as of late. Let me see if you guys will be able to relate. So this dude put up a post that says, contrary to popular belief, I believe men are actually more sensitive than women. That's based on basically every interaction I've had online for the past 10 years. Basically saying that, you know, anytime anything happens that men have a problem with, they bitch and complain online, and men are super sensitive.
Oh, God.
Now this is also another person, after checking his profile and everything, who pushes the idea of, toxic masculinity and the fact that men are, being pushed to be a certain way or whatever. But he also demeans men for showing emotion, which is a pattern. This is kind of odd. Now, after a whole bunch of posts on here, because this was obvious bait. He was just like, I'm going to say something that I know will piss men off. Men will respond. And then I'm like, see, look at these pussies being pussies. Because I literally just said something that you felt that wasn't true. So you spoke out about it. Now I'm going to make fun of you for expressing your feelings about what I said. This is one of those bait things. His next statement after reading all the comments was, many men in these comments just failed this test.
I was doing a social experiment because I'm a super genius.
Yeah, but naturally there's a fuck ton of men in here like, yeah, fucking men, they're a bunch of pussies. All they do is complain about shit. Not me though. Not me. Just those other men. You hear that, ladies? I'm not that guy. Please fuck me.
I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of that in here. But one of the let me see if I can find my post here, because I had to scroll back up to read this damn thing. One of the posts that I put up was apparently men are only able to be sensitive when the narrative demands it. Outside of that, it's business as usual. Because if you look at the terms, toxic masculinity, male fragility, all these statements, that talk about men and their weaknesses are coming from the group that say that men are conditioned to be emotionless. Yet they have these concepts that push the narrative that men are weak crybabies and all they do is complain about shit. They call them man babies,
right?
And do all that shit. So I'm like, how How strange is it that the same group of people that are telling men you need to be more sensitive, you need to express yourself and show your feelings, and be able to be different. Don't be like those other people. Are the same people when people do that saying you're a fucking wuss. Stop being a little bitch.
Well, the method to this madness is, and I've seen this with a lot of not just toxic masculinity, but a whole bunch of other things, is that if you set up a scenario where no matter what you do, I can call you out as being incorrect in some interpretation, I will always have a position of superiority over you, whatever the subject. So whether you're talking about, like I did a video where this feminist was talking about how white feminists are awful because they only focus on themselves. And then she says, like, did you know that X number of women voted for Trump? That means that anybody who voted for Trump is awful. But that means anybody who didn't vote for Trump is a feminist, but they're white feminists and they're also awful. You know, I mean, it's a catch-22. And
well, yeah.
it's by, and I honestly think whether it's conscious or not, it's by design, because as long as somebody can use the position of you did a thing and it's inherently bad, you did the opposite, but that's also inherently bad, they never win, and they can't.
Oh yeah, and like I put my Alex Jones hat on all the time and say that these things were created this way. And like you said, I don't even know if it's intentional, but it's being maintained. Yeah. Because there doesn't have to be any consistency ever. Like you don't ever have to actually believe in anything. You just have to have an argument for everything.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? This is so. I'm so sick of it, because what'll happen is you get caught up arguing with these people sincerely and trying to push a legitimate position, but they don't actually have one. They're just like textbook reading some shit that they were told, like in this scenario, use this phrase, like fucking telemarketers. It's insane. But this was clear bait. And I was reading through the comments, and there's a whole bunch of people who took it, who were upset, and there's a whole bunch of men who are prostrating themselves. And hold on real quick, one last thing. The last thing that I saw, though, what's really funny is all of the statements that are like vehemently denying this, who are like, no, this is fucking bullshit, are women. Which I thought was pretty fucking funny.
The most irritating thing, and not just this subject, but so many other things like it, where you somebody's setting up a trap conversation, let's say, or debate, is that, you know, part of you wants to rebut them because they're saying something that's ridiculous. But of course, they're setting up a scenario, like you said, where there's no way to win the argument.
Yep.
And so, you know, inherently that it's a waste of your time. But then if you let them, quote unquote, get away with it, it feels like they're winning or they're validated in what they're saying. And it's just, this is the horror of Facebook, and why I kind of stopped going to Facebook is because there's no point in trying to debate, even though I have every sort of instinct to want to counter what I see as either idiocy or just out and out hypocrisy. Anyway.
Yeah.
For me in those situations, I mean, it's a trap. It's set up to go, oh, see you got mad. And
right.
The way I respond to them is, of course, I'm going to respond to something stupid. It doesn't mean I'm sensitive. It means I don't like stupid. But you have to watch for those traps, because then they just pat themselves on the back for what they did. Yep. And you can still reply to them. It's just how you reply to them that's important.
Right.
Because they confuse the idea that I have an opinion with, oh my God, I'm so upset. They're fucking retarded. What time? Oh, okay. I wanted to cover one thing real fast. And it just made me laugh. We've just spent the last 2 years with Donald Trump being investigated for foreign interference and collusion.
Yep.
Elizabeth Warren today. Somebody named Italo Fini says lived experience equals at Elizabeth Warren dropped out of school at 19 to get married and was able to finish school at $50 a semester. Great policy, up to 50K in loan debt for more than 42 million Americans. And Warren replied to this person, exactly, Italo. I'm grateful for your support. And then if you go over and look at Italo's his profile, he's an illegal.
Oh no!
Like, wait a minute, isn't this foreign interference in our election? I mean, it's not as direct as they're claiming that the Russians did, but come on. How can you be he should be impeached in one sentence, bitch, and then in the other be like, yes, you're absolutely right, Mr. Illegal immigrant who can't even vote. Hi, baby. Good night, honey.
Hi, Lady Monkey.
Happy birthday, SDA.
Is she here?
Night,
Thank
everybody.
you.
She says thank you. Night, baby. Guys, that brings us to question times. Time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat now. We'll do our best to address them. And as we're waiting for a couple to come in, don't forget, after this, you can catch us over on 2 Cents Plus playing Borderlands, the enhanced edition. We're on the DLC part of the game. So come over, hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Ilhan Omar is in the chat there.
Oh, no.
How is me giving legitimate criticism of Israel's policies anti-Semitic? Don't you have a Jew to be beaten up or something? RJ says, what are your thoughts on my birthday song to you? I loved it. RJ sent me a, was it SoundCloud? I think it was through a song and then a happy birthday wish. It was awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That people give a fuck to take the time out of their day to do something like that about me. You guys are fucking amazing.
I know, right? I love our viewers.
Ebony says, Monkey, does Lady Monkey prefer wings or ribs? She's not here, but I would say boneless boneless wings. Wibs. She likes the wibs.
I want the wabbits.
Oh my god.
Rascally wabbits.
Okay, speaking of that, this is really random, but me and Squishy were in the kitchen and I asked her, was she hungry? And she said, I could eat. And I'm like, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, are you hungry? And she was like, I could eat. And then she grabbed her stomach and was like, oh God, stop kicking me. I'm like, she mad at you because you fucking around and beating around the bush. she like, bitch, you know we hungry. Say yes.
That's such like, but here, you know, I don't know why we do that. I think it's because we're like,
you're women.
I don't want to. Yeah, it's like I'm hungry, but like I don't want people to think I'm like fat.
I'm like, you are pregnant as fuck. And Leah's in there like, dude, like say fucking yes, please. I'm starving right now. She stopped getting kicked after she finished eating though.
That's what happened. Mr. Adam asked, did you all sing for STA? Scribe sang for me and her at the beginning of the show. You should go back and watch it if you missed it. Some dumb American, have you reconsidered your opinions on meatloaf?
No.
Right. Red American asks, Ranting Monkey, have you had a happy birthday yet? I've had a lot of happy birthdays, including this one. Yeah, like I said, I was in pain most of the day, but it's my birthday, man. You can't get me down on my birthday. Although my parents did when I was 9. Was it 9 or 10? I can't remember. They decided to have a surprise party for me. And we were poor kids anyway. So this was a mean fucking trick. They told me, look, Dad's pay got screwed up, so we're not going to be able to get you a present or anything for your birthday. I was like, okay. And I'm like, that's fucked up. And they told me this like a couple days beforehand. And I was devastated, man. I was like, wow. And so my birthday comes, and where my dad worked at the time, the recruiting station, it wasn't very far. So there were often times we'd go up and walk Dad back. One of us would go with him. And my mom asked me, go walk Dad back. I'm like, okay. And I'm pissed, man. This is my fucking birthday, and I'm not getting nothing. Nobody said nothing to me yet. Like, look, they don't even fucking care. So I walked Dad all the way back, and we're going up the stairs into the house. And he's like, come in. I'm like, no. And I jumped on my bike and I rode away. And it took them 2 hours to find me. I was in a bad fucking mood.
Yeah. And then
it got to the point where they were threatening to whip my ass if I didn't come home.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, all right, fine. So I rode my bike home and I walked up the stairs into the house. And then immediately to the right, there was this set of stairs that go upstairs so I could go into my room.
Mm-hmm.
And I just darted up there. And I got about halfway up when my mom yelled my name to come down. And I walk in and they have a huge party for me.
Right.
Lots of presents. Everybody was there. I'm like, this is nice, but that was fucked up. Don't do that to kids. Do that to your adult friends. That's mean to do with a child, especially when you're poor. Let's see what else is happening here. Some dumb American. What's it like trying to sell your books when you're up against dead white guys?
Oh yeah,
That's in that story. Yeah.
How much of a problem is that for you, SDA?
I mean, it's not, because it's not really about selling it up against dead white guys. It's really about just creating a place for yourself in the market.
Oh my God, what? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're being oppressed.
Who the hell asked you to give a logical answer?
What? Oh, fuck. Sorry. You know what? I don't.
You're supposed to say, I hate Tolkien.
But the thing is, like, people can read more than one book, and and you know, if you like fantasy and stuff, then you would probably like my stuff, especially if you like more like sort of like a combination of like horror thrillery stuff. Then yeah, you like my stuff.
Where we at? Satsu, are you looking forward to tomorrow? Asked Pat. What's tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? Tuesday?
Are the black people up to something?
Oh shit! What's happening? Did I let me check my.
Did you miss the meeting?
I gotta check my black person email. Hold on. See what's going on here in the African American world.
While he tries to figure out what you're talking about, Pat, Check Your Logic says, I just realized I donated $5 to SDA and $4.22 to Monkey, 78 cents wage gap. Am I a sexist? Yes, but I got a couple $4.22 donations, and I really like those because I love my birthday.
Oh my God, that reminds me of that Brawny tweet. The paper towels.
Oh God, yes,
dude. I was in the store and I saw them, but I didn't like when I saw them. I was like, really? But they were right next to the regular, like, you know, big buff, brawny dude. Like they were right next to each other. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. It's like they're both here. They're both visible. They're just like, you know, whatever, whichever one inspires you. You want to be a buff dude or a buff bitch? Who cares? But then they had posted it up on there, and I'm like, now 77% off for the same amount of work, because I couldn't resist it, even though that percentage is wrong. It's actually 33% off if I wanted it to be accurate, but who cares? It was funny.
Well, here's the thing. That packaging lasts for about 3 seconds after you get home and you rip it off to get the paper towels out. Who cares?
You don't have to be a lesbian to buy it.
Yeah, it's paper towels. Like the towels don't have any gender. It's just
those.
paper.
Those have been out for a while.
I haven't heard about
packaging.
Of course, I don't buy paper towels that often. I buy like a big 20 pack of rolls or something, and that lasts me for like a couple of months.
The best comment I think I saw was Brawny teaching women that they're strong enough to clean all day.
Oh.
That's actually beautiful. Mata asked me how my dick is. It's doing well, thank you. See, Satsu, people care.
No, just Mata cares.
Vortex says, happy birthday, Monkey. Thank you so much. Toasted Network says, Ranting Monkey, what's a quick way to get out of debt? Inherit a lot of money.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's a slow crawl, man, and it's just managing your money properly.
Start robbing motherfuckers.
The views of the panel on the Ranting Monkey are not necessarily those of the Ranting Monkey.
Said motherfuckers, not stand-up people.
So, kind of like Robin Hood.
There you go.
No, in all seriousness, live below your means, pay off your debt slowly, and don't go back in.
Do not buy what you cannot afford.
What's your question, sweetie?
Is Robin Hood's name intentional?
Robin?
Hood?
Yeah.
Well, he was supposedly Robin of Locksley or whatever, and he wore a hood. That's where the Robin Hood thing comes from.
Well, he was robbing the suburbs, not the hood, so, you know, not really.
It was okay. Yeah.
I think that would have defeated the purpose if he was Robin Hood's.
Let's see. Where are we? Faithless asks blackmail. What?
Dude, I want to be like the most confusing thief ever. I want to steal from the poor and give to the middle class.
So you want to be a Democrat? Mr. Monopoly says, Scribe Light, why did Mexican soldiers disarm U.S. troops on our side of the border?
Because the U.S. troops, the Mexicans thought the U.S. troops had wandered into Mexican territory, except it was the other way around. But the territory geographically and just visually is so ambiguous that neither side was wrong in their assumption, at least based on just sort of, observation. So the Mexicans thought that they were trespassing basically and disarmed them because they didn't know who they were, why they were there. It was a big misunderstanding. I'm assuming that is true because it doesn't make any sense otherwise.
And the Americans didn't want to cause an international incident, so they went along with it.
Yeah, they figured that something was off base, so rather than escalate things, they just waited till they could clear it up.
Toast just said, Ranting Monkey, are you the only Chargers fan that doesn't like the powder blue jerseys? I don't think so. I think most of us think those are horribly gay.
Your logic says, am I a racist for not donating to Satsu? No, you're not a racist, but you are a feeling herder.
That's an even worse thing to be these days.
Yep.
Lion Patriot asked SDA on a scale of yes to yes, how tired are you? No.
She's drunk, man.
I'm not drunk.
She's drugged up.
News today.
Are you high?
This is SDA on smack.
You seem off kilter.
I'm fine.
Okay. Let's see. If any of you could live in any other country, would you and where? No.
Some drugged American.
Would you guys live anywhere else if you could?
No.
Probably Japan if I could. That'd be awesome.
Damn weeb.
Yes. For the food mainly.
I like where I live.
Yeah, look, for whatever problems we have in the United States, I would not want to live anywhere else. Mr. Monopoly asks, Satsu, is Squishy having a baby shower?
Apparently. I don't know if that's an...
We heard a different definition for baby shower the other day.
Oh, geez. Well, we don't go down that road. But she is. I don't know who's doing it. Because there's like 3 different people like, I want to do it. And she's like, I don't know who's doing it. So I guess maybe we'll see.
Devil Fruit asks, if an elected Democrat were to remove college debt, and I have college debt, am I a bad person if I take advantage of it to get rid of my debt when I didn't vote for them?
Hell no.
No. Look, I only have a tiny little bit of debt, and the rest of it I'm pretty much paying for college by myself. And no, if they want to get rid of the little bit of debt that I have for me, if that happens to be the way the cookie crumbles, oh no, they can fucking have it. That's fine.
That's why I said I don't really support reparations because I don't think it'll do anything. But if they're like, here's some money, I'm going to be like, thanks. And that's how that's going to go.
You're not getting my vote, but there you go.
I'll take this cash.
Like, no, I'm not going to vote for it. But also, like, if you're picking up the tab, I'm not going to say no on principle. I'm also a sellout. Like,
My mom just said 420 get high, 422 get wasted.
Jesus.
Attack Alpaca.
Mom?
Yeah,
that's my mom.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Don't mind her; she's drunk.
I thought that might have been like, look, there are some weirdos on the internet. Okay, like I didn't know.
Are there really?
Yeah,
SDA?
I didn't know. Like there was some person who was like, I'm gonna be creepy.
Nope, that's my
Are
mom.
you talking about me?
Well, yeah, you too, but
Damn. Attack Alpaca asks, ice cream cake or icing cake? Icing cake. I like ice cream cake, but I mean,
I'd probably.
What's your favorite kind of cake, Spunky?
What?
What's your favorite kind of cake, Spunky?
German chocolate. It's what I have. By the way, somebody asked if Lady Monkey had made me one or bought me one. Yes, she made me one. every year. I love them.
Holy crap.
Scribbles, ice cream cake or regular cake?
It would depend on the kind of cake, but as a general rule, I'll probably go for ice cream cake.
Fair enough.
It's got double the fun.
Now, see, I get cake and then have ice cream next to it.
That works too.
Black Romeo says, "Happy birthday, SDA, Monkey and Monkey's Dick." We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Robin of Locksley became Robin in the Hood, shortened to Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Are you telling us to be the next Cardi B, Satsu?
Oh, that was back when I said y'all should start robbing motherfuckers.
Gotcha.
My favorite kind of cake is strawberry, but it's really hard to find it.
Strawberry?
Yeah, strawberry.
Why do people go to college if they will struggle from the debt? Because they're not told that when they're given these fucking ridiculous loans. All they're told is you have to go to college, and that's how you make more money in life.
Well, I did it in a way that I'm really not in debt, but
that'd have been my first question. Like, is there a way I can do this and not be in crippling debt?
yes, there absolutely is. But you know,
there's a lot of people who do that, and it's not easy. But yeah, do it that way.
Well, part of it. No, I'm just gonna be quiet because it halfway doxes me. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Me want honeycomb.
Toasted said the powder blue jersey was ranked #1 on the NFL website. Yes, because gay men saw it and all went and voted. That is ugly as fuck. The navy blue is much better looking. Ranting Monkey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate the present iteration of Spider-Man? About 422.
Wow.
Percento?
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. They've never mind. You guys have heard me whine about Spider-Man before, and I'm falling way behind in questions here. Where are we at? Fine, Sassy. How is your dick? Ahmad is asking how your dick is.
SDA, when's your next video?
You don't care how my dick is, Mata. Don't even pretend like you do.
What? Are you okay over there?
I'm fine.
Somebody check her pupils.
She has students?
Get real close to the camera there with your eye. Let me see something.
I'm good.
Let me see.
I'm fine.
You're drunk.
I am not. I am fine.
She is SDA.
Stand up and with your eyes closed, touch your nose.
No.
That is right. That's what I thought. Satsu, what is your stance on reparations?
I usually sit down on them.
Womp womp.
When or if we get a new president, would you want the new one to continue tweeting like Trump does or go back to the old way?
No, tweet. Please tweet.
It depends on the president, really. Because if it's Kamala Harris, the tweets will be boring as fuck.
That's true. But still, I would like her to tweet just because.
Scribbles? Tweeter?
I see at this stage, if we don't have a president that's Trump after the next one, I don't think the next president who does tweet, it'll all be boring. It'll all be safe. It'll be all non-controversial. Like if Elizabeth Warren would be probably super boring and talking about policy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, tweeting will be part of presidential administrations from here on out, or whatever the platform is of the era. But rare will be the president that's actually even while controversial, as entertaining as Trump has been.
What do you think about atheism is unstoppable, saying that he will not pay reparations if government puts them to law? He's going to go to prison for not paying taxes.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be him paying it. And besides, he doesn't live in the U.S. anymore, doesn't he? I thought he lived in Germany with his girlfriend or whatever.
I don't know.
Somebody's fucking him?
He said, well, Last I heard, but of course I haven't watched AIU in a very long time, so maybe things have changed. I don't know.
Now, SDA, you know that girlfriend does not equal fucking.
Yeah, the only reparations would be paid out of taxes, and the only way not to do that would be not to pay your taxes, and that will lead to prison time. Ask Al Capone. Dark Lal asked, "Does birthday sugar count towards diabetes?" Of course not. Just like Christmas doesn't. Diabetes is very nice that it gives you certain days off every year.
Oh, I didn't have cake this year.
She is so high, you guys.
I'm not.
God, you're just. Did somebody like spike your vape with something?
No.
What is your vape? Is that by chance Mary Jane flavored?
It's actually a rocket pop. You know, like the red, white, and blue, like the popsicles. It's that flavored.
Do you get a different flavor every time you inhale?
No. But I went in on Friday and I told Sonny that he could pick and surprise me, and he did.
Have you had brownies today?
Nope.
How about cookies?
I haven't had anything sweet today.
Gummy bears?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm
what's
not
your favorite?
high.
Okay, all right. That's the sign what someone who's high would say. What's your favorite candy bar? Oh, that's hard for me actually.
Take 5, bruh.
Those are nasty.
I like Take 5s.
Abba Zabba, you my only friend.
I go back and forth, but I guess the one that's been my favorite the longest and most often is a Butterfinger. Ever since they've came out.
I like the Butterfinger cups.
Probably like Milky Way Dark. Those are good.
Racist.
What?
SDA, do you have a favorite candy bar?
I don't know.
SDA is like on peyote or something right now.
I haven't had.
Holy shit.
What?
Oh, no, I was just this is like totally out of left field, but you guys see that Samsung folding phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just delayed it indefinitely.
Yeah, because
Really?
I read something where it's like it gets so easily busted.
Well, apparently, there was a bunch of testers, beta testers who had it, who were obviously doing beta tester shit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it fucked up, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on with this?" And it's like you're literally trying to break it.
Were they catching on fire again?
No, they weren't exploding. There's a difference between catching on fire and exploding, by the way. Them motherfuckers were bombs. But no, like the fold apparently, because they can't do that super strong tempered glass that they've been putting on all the other phones because it folds.
Bendable. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're trying to find a way to increase the stability of it because, once it got into other people's hands, their testers aren't gonna, fuck it up. But once everybody got it out, they were doing all kinds of crazy shit with them, and they're like, "Yeah, these are fragile as fuck." So,
are we going back to flip phones?
Well, it's not a flip phone. It is it has a screen on the outside, and when you open it up, it turns into almost a tablet. Like there's a much larger screen when you unfold it, and it's the whole thing. It looks cool. It's a nice concept. A lot of other companies are trying to do it too. But they're all like unbelievably fucking expensive, and it's just these things are the first wave of them, so of course they're going to be shit. So,
all right, we have a ton of stuff in here, guys. I'm not going to get to all of them. I apologize. I will do my best to burn through these. Where are we? We were right there. What kind of frosting on the German chocolate cake? It's the pecan coconut one. Oh, so good. Happy womb ejection day, ranting. May you have many others. Sounds to me like SDA went to the dentist today.
All right.
You just sound out of it. You do.
Like that chick who got mad because Ellen DeGeneres didn't come to her dentist appointment to help her out.
I am fine.
Okay, I believe you. Monkey, are you going to gloat when you walk past the stairs because you made it another year? I gave the stairs the finger today. Like, fuck you, I made it.
You fingered the stairs?
I did.
Oh my god.
SDA, eat something after this stream, okay? I ate.
Have some meatloaf.
I think her eating something was the problem here.
That could be it too.
SDA's fine.
Angry Illinoisan says Monkey is right on the Charger jersey. I'm right on most things. And I'm definitely right on that. That's so fucking horrible. Instead of free college, can they just tack 4 more years onto high school? It's basically what they're going to do.
Oh, that's community college is basically high school too. Let's be
honest. Well, it's not community. It's public college.
Yeah, public college, public community. Yeah.
So this, I mean, there's programs. I forget which state it is where they already do it for community colleges, but this will cover everything that's not a private college, which is fucking stupid. It's just going to bump up the price of everything. Weibo says, "Happy birthday, SDA." Did you answer when your next video is coming out?
I have finals and I have like 2 more papers to write.
Oh, that's why she sounds like she's brain dead.
Ebony says, "I finished my 4-year university and racked up way more debt than I thought. I should have asked someone how loans work." Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a problem with a lot of these kids. I feel bad for the kids. I do. Because they're barely adults when they sign these fucking agreements. They have no idea how this shit actually works. Look, I borrow $50,000. I pay back $50,000. Like, no, you pay back 300,000, motherfucker.
If there's one thing they should subsidize in high schools, at least, it's financial assistance. Not in the sense of like giving money, but I'm talking about like financial consultation. Like teach kids what to do about money before they start writing out loans or taking on credit cards and all that stuff. I mean, you want to cut down on the national debt as far as like individuals. You really need to make teaching kids the wisdom of using their money part of the curriculum.
Cryptic, thank you so much. Chargers are crap. Go Broncos. You're just wrong, man. It's those Asian eyes you can't see properly.
Oh.
What? He's Asian. I can make that joke. Where we
Wait,
at?
I thought it's because he's Asian you can't make that joke.
That's the other way around, Monkey. You've got it. Oh my God. Monkey's a horrible racist.
Did I do that backwards?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Are you Polish?
Somebody call Al Sharpton. I need to apologize.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep this up.
Call Ice Cube. He'll help you.
Weibo wished me happy birthday. Thank you so much. Where are we at here? Scribe Light, how was your day?
My day was fine. Work was relatively quiet. What?
Dick.
Oh, Dick.
Yeah.
It's long and it's strong and it wants to get the friction on.
There you go. Toasted asked, why don't people just apply for student aid? Well, not everybody can get it.
Yeah.
Not everybody's eligible for that shit. And they don't give you a lot either most of the time. It's just enough to survive. And you can apply for it infinitely, apparently, because I know some people who do some shit that I'm not going to disclose.
Mm-hmm.
Satsu, did you see the conversation Sophane and I had on Twitter over the brawny paper towels? Asked James Colley.
I sure the fuck did not, because I've been staying away from that shit.
Oh yeah, he thought James was uber sensitive.
I caught bits and pieces of it. I was busy fucking around.
Just leave Sophane alone.
I don't care, man. Look, the only thing I have a problem with when it comes to Sophane and Jeff Holiday is the whole high and mighty shit. That's the like they have opinions. That's all fine, but they're just like, we did this thing before. We don't do it anymore, but you still do. Fucking peasants. I'm just like, come on.
I don't really care about Jeff Holiday. I just.
Has Twitter actually made money? As far as I know.
I don't know if it's ever been profitable, but I don't know.
I know YouTube ain't, man.
Yeah.
Hey, YouTube is now with Super Chat.
Oh, they're starting to make some money now.
Yeah. Their last what's it called? Financial year, they finally turned a profit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when they let the people decide. instead of cowing to fucking corporations who don't understand how the platform fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
Matta asks, Lords of the Night, Meow Mix or Kibbles and Bits?
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
I like the one that turns into gravy when you add water.
I'm a cat person, so I'd have to go with Meow Mix. I've never tried them, but
Yeah, I hope not.
Scooby snacks all day, son.
That's right.
Check Your Logic says, who needs Earth Day when SDA and Monkey are far more beautiful? You're very perceptive. Let's see where we at. Sorry, guys. Chat keeps jumping. Would you prefer a POTUS that tweets to one that tweets? Bert and
What?
Ernie? I'm going to answer what I think you were trying to ask. I would prefer a POTUS that tweets. I would prefer it not be maybe as braggadocious as the current one, or often petty as the current one. But yeah, I like them communicating with us.
I would hope it would be at least honest and not form letters. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. There's a thing that the British do where they have, I forget which politician it is, but they have to go answer questions publicly once a week.
Oh, it's the prime minister, I think.
Like, we need that. The president needs to do that. They need to go up there
and
once a week answer questions put to them by Congress. And even if they don't have a good answer, at least get up there and I think we need more interaction with the president. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Satsu, ideal protagonist, Deku, Tanjiro, Saitama, or Edward?
You only got one of those, right? Probably Edward.
I'm American, man. I don't
Edward or Deku.
Would Congress be able to put a censure on Trump? They can do it, sure.
Yeah.
They can censure a president. It doesn't mean fuck all.
Yeah, it's symbolic, but they can do it, yeah.
And that's probably what's going to end up happening here. Did you know they just changed Butterfinger? I did not. I haven't had one in a while.
They changed it to margarine finger?
I can't believe it's a Butterfinger.
No, I can't believe it's not Butterfinger.
Oh shit! It's 2 minutes after. Fuck! Why didn't somebody tell me?
I don't know. You're not paying attention.
No, I'm trying to catch up to the chat, and I'm still like a whole fucking bar right off. Guys, I am so sorry that I didn't get to everything. And Cryptic, thank you. See, I got you to be racist with just $2. I don't think that's what did it. Chat, thank you so much for your generosity and coming and hanging out with us tonight on my birthday.
And SDAs.
I'll get to that. I had this planned out, man.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Don't forget to come watch us over on 2 Cents Plus. We'll be playing some Borderlands just after this. Scribbles, Satsu, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
SDA, happy birthday, sweetie. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, and happy birthday, Monkey.
Thank you. And everyone, your lives make us sad. We will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.